Hello guys, and today I have got a 105k per hour general mod farm to showcase to you guys. This is a down-accel farm, or down-accelerating farm, as it's pretty much actually that's what it really is called, but down-accel for short, and it is quite a cool concept, and I have taken that concept and made this massive mob farm. So this mob farm is a general mob farm, however it will not produce any spider drops, so if you're looking for a mob farm to use, to get spider drops, this is not the farm for you. Very sorry, but it will produce a ton of bones and a ton of gunpowder, and actually a ton of arrows as well. It will also produce rotten flesh and some witch drops on the side. So this farm is by no means the fastest farm on the planet. There are much faster ways of producing general mob farms now, such as End of Light or EOL farms. However, this is for those who want something that is a little bit different and also not too much effort outside of just making a perimeter. So this farm needs to be made for a perimeter. This farm should also be built in a desert. As you can see in the left hand corner of my mini HUD, I've got the biome info up and it says it's a desert. You must have it in a desert, so that way you can reduce the amount of zombie drops, because since we are blocking the skylight in a desert, it means that less husks will spawn, and there's an 80% chance for zombies that are spawned in the desert to become husks. Therefore, if we stop the husks from spawning, we stop most of the zombies from spawning. So here I've got a bit of a board just to show off some of the statistics for this particular farm. So from the time lapse you saw a few of these statistics. Here I've got information for each of the types of things you have, types of mobs you have in this farm. So here you've got the creeper, skeleton, zombie, which also includes the zombie villager, and the witches. We've got some lifetimes, so this is how long these mobs are in the world. So we've got 59.7, 59.6, zombies and zombie villagers a bit higher at about 120, and then which is about the same as the skeleton and the creeper. This is about 3 seconds, so the witch, skeleton and creeper have a lifetime of an average of 3 seconds, which is pretty good. So you want to kill the mobs as fast as possible. So without sending them to the nether instantaneously using it like the End of Light stuff, this basically detects the mob spawning in the farm and then immediately pushes them down. Most of that lifetime is spent falling, and I will get onto why the zombie one lifetime is a bit longer in a minute. Spawns, so amount of actual mobs spawning per hour. So creepers are the largest with about 33,255, and skeletons are a little bit lower at 33,144. The zombies and zombie villagers are much less. You can see here that the thing I was mentioning about the desert is significantly better. Is the fact that the zombies have only spawn about 6,329 per hour, and the zombie villagers are 87 per hour. And then witches, you don't get that many witches anyway, but got about 435 per hour, which is, I mean, not terrible. Got the drops. So the most we get out of this farm for my testing, so this was over about 4 hours of testing, the bones are the most productive, so you get 33,882 per hour, then gunpowder comes in there a close second at 33,044. Then arrows we also get quite a lot of, which is 32,988 per hour. So they're the main things you want. So if you set up a storage system, you should at least set it up for bones and gunpowder. If you really want the arrows, and then do the arrows. Like I say, rotten flesh you can just ignore. So you only get 6,136 per hour. Might as well bin that. And then if you really want to, you can also collect the witch drops, which might be fairly useful. You might just get it on the side if you AFK quite a lot here. So eventually you'll find that you build up a modest amount. So sticks you get 207 per hour, sugar 119, redstone dust 114, glass bottles 113, spider eyes 104, and finally glowstone at 96 per hour. And that's glowstone dust, not glowstone blocks. So here I have one of the modules in the farm, and essentially the mechanics are, well, they're not that complicated at all actually. So the only redstone we have is this the circuit right here. I'll get onto that more in a minute, but the actual spawning itself is just on the slime block here. So we've got 12 slime blocks here, so maximum push limit. What will happen is, as soon as the mobs spawn on the slime blocks, they will get detected by the string here, if they're connected to the tripwire hooks on both sides, and this will then activate the circuit here. So you've got the piston, it will push this observer down, which then powers the block, which then powers the piston itself, and this will then, because it's 2 tick delay, it will then go up and back down again. And in the motion of going up and down, it causes the mobs to glitch out in the block up here, or collide with it if you want to view it like that, and that will then cause it to fall down with a velocity. So rather than falling down from rest, which is normal, so if I just spawn a creeper here next to this block, see it initially was at rest when it fell, so no velocity, whereas here it's already accelerating. Well, actually that's a lie, it's accelerating regardless of speed, but it's already got a velocity once it gets pushed up into the block there. If I spawn a creeper here, See that? It basically fell with an instantaneous velocity. So there you go. And this will be the same with all the other mobs as well. So if I spawn a zombie, see, it fell down with an instantaneous velocity. Same with the witch, instantly, and then skeleton, also the same. That's what makes this a downward acceleration farm or down-accel farm. This is just for the clock. So of course, when there's mobs stuck in here, which is why we need this clock. So some mobs you could have, like, say 4 or 5 mobs spawning at once on one platform, which for some reason will not activate the tripwires, and you won't actually get those mobs. So we have to flush them out. What we do is we use a 1-minute clock, which is over there, but this is what will actually be activated. So we have 2-tick delay repeaters going across so that we activate each module individually. This will then power this piston, which then is essentially the same as this bit, just preserve the power of the piston. So yeah, the reason we have the zombies having such a long lifetime is because occasionally you get a zombie baby, and when the zombie baby spawns, it only has a height of 1 block, and that's problematic because it won't get detected by the system, and it won't get flushed out because it needs to have the mobs have to have a height of 2 to be glitched out by the block and fall down. The zombies will just fall up and basically just occupy this 1 block of that area here, which is why we have the slabs here, is to stop the zombies from escaping. With the baby zombies, unfortunately, the only way we can get rid of them is just let them despawn. So they will eventually despawn. They don't take up the mob cap that much at all, so it's not going to affect the rates too much. But the reason we have such a larger average lifetime for the zombies is because the baby zombies are staying there longer, so that kicks the average up. Now, the reason spiders don't spawn in this farm is because of the leaf blocks here. If we didn't have these leaf blocks, spiders could spawn, but the problem is spiders will not be flushed out of the system because they are also 1 block high, like the baby zombies, so we wouldn't be able to collect them. So there's not even a point trying to collect. Some final little details before I finish the video. So we've already seen that the hopper minecarts are used to collect the items with this basic minecart station. Another thing is the actual clock itself. So we've got an hopper clock here. The way you activate it is by turning this lever off. We've got 75 items here. That makes it a 1-minute game, 1-minute clock. Finally, the actual floor itself is micro blocks, and that is to kill any stragglers we have. So occasionally you'll have a skeleton or a zombie spawn with armor on, and they will have falling boots, and that will then cause them to survive the fall, and this will then damage them and then actually kill them. So they lose most of their health, so it doesn't take that long to kill them, but we need the magma just for that. And we also have the bust balls here to make sure the items don't fall out of the farm when the mobs die close to the borders. That is it for this video, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that. If there's any questions that I have left unanswered, please shoot them down in the comments below. I will try my best to answer them as quickly as possible. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, please consider subscribing, because I do have some plans for other down-accel farms, mob farms specifically. This down-accel thing is a bit more of a proof of concept, I think. If you want to build it into Survivor, you can. Let me know how it goes, how easy or difficult it is. I'm not myself planning on building it into Survivor anytime soon. I just wanted to build the farm and see if it actually has a working concept. If you'd like to see just more technical farm, technical videos in general, also subscribe, and also give this video a like if you actually enjoyed it, and we'll hopefully see you again soon. So take care, goodbye.